Hey friends, it's Courtney. Today I'm going to be talking about food sensitivity testing and if your allergies or sensitivities can change or develop over a period of time. So this is coming from firsthand experience, so just because I say it doesn't mean it is scientifically proven, it's just what I've experienced. So, as a coach who has a strong focus on nutrition, specifically flexible dieting, my mindset for nutrition that I share with my clients is ultimately you can eat what you want as long as you're not allergic to it. So how do you know if you're allergic to something or sensitive to something? Just because you don't necessarily react to something doesn't mean that the food item doesn't respond well inside your body. So just because you don't have an EpiPen or something like that, or you don't get bloated, doesn't mean that you're not sensitive to that food. It just means that you're not experiencing an external reaction to what you're consuming. So simple issues such as headaches, sleep disturbances, upset stomachs, hormonal imbalances, asthma, joint aches, things like that could potentially be caused from foods that you're consuming, which is why I like to get allergy and sensitivity testing, and it's something that I definitely recommend to my clients, especially local clients. There are different methods of testing that you can get done. We all know that there's the doctor scratch test that they usually do on your forearm. I think for younger kids, they'll do the testing on the back. This can detect immediate reactions, so things that develop within minutes, or delayed reactions, which could develop over a period of several days. Doctors usually test anywhere from about 20 to 40 substances, and they're common allergens like pollen, mold, pet dander, dust mites, or common foods. There's alternative allergy testing, which is what I'm talking about today, which is able to detect hidden issues behind symptoms that can't easily be diagnosed otherwise. This is similar to a lie detector method testing, so it's electrodermal testing that uses frequencies sent throughout your body for resistance patterns inside the body. There's no needles, yay! And it's actually safe for all ages, which is really good. I just went and got my grandma tested a couple weeks ago, and she's in her early 80s, so she got tested and everything was fine. So it's definitely safe for all ages. This can help with issues such as fatigue, headaches, migraines, mood swings, attention difficulties like ADD, asthma, muscle and joint aches, skin rashes, troubles breathing, runny nose, watery eyes, gas, vomiting, sleep disturbances, dizziness, anaphylactic shock, or general stomach upset, inflammation, hormonal issues. I could keep going. There's other testing that you can get done for allergies, such as blood test or with hair follicles. It's something I'm not extremely familiar with, but I actually am trying to get more information on these two types of testing and see how they're done, how accurate they are in relation to the frequency testing, again, which is what I'm talking about today. So through my favorite team of healthcare professionals at Longworth Holistics, contact info below. I was originally tested back in March 2015, so about a year and a half ago, and I actually just went for a follow-up session, so September 2016, to see if or what had changed. I was actually really curious to see if my food allergies would change. So first off, this is everything that they tested for. Hopefully we can see all of this. So there's just over 250 different items that they did test me for, which is a lot more than a doctor's scratch test could test. So when I got tested the first time, I ended up cutting basically everything out that I was allergic to. So these are the common ones that I was allergic to. So at the top, which is my red, my don't eat section, basically the only things were wheat, so wheat bran, white flour, and whole wheat. These were allergies and things that I should avoid. The things in yellow were things that I was sensitive to, so although I never really experienced any bad reactions, there were definitely reactions happening in my body that was not good. So there's cheese, so American cheese, cottage cheese, cheddar cheese, MSG, cow's milk, peaches, mushrooms, green beans, peanuts, and sweet and low, so artificial flavors. I was actually extremely surprised with the mushrooms and the green beans. The green beans I was actually eating at that point probably at least once a day, which could be the reason why it turned into a sensitivity. Basically, I was consuming so much of it that over time my body just can't handle it. And everything below on this sheet was okay. So not a lot of allergies, which was really good. So when I got tested the first time, I ended up cutting out basically everything that I was allergic or sensitive to. So I have not touched basically any of these items in about a year and a half. Getting tested again, I would have thought that some things would change from the list, and they definitely did. And I was actually extremely surprised at the results. So they tested a little bit more this time. So this time there was about just over 260 things. So again, my massive list, hopefully you can see this, of everything. So as you can see, most things were okay, which was good. But the avoid list or the allergy list and the sensitivity list, hopefully you can see that again too, grew a little bit. So I was extremely surprised. So even though originally I cut out basically all of this, I was expecting a lot of it to drop out, and some of it did, but some things changed. So basically almost everything that I was sensitive to went up on the allergy list, and new things went into the sensitivity list. The things in orange are the items that were never in any of these columns and have now moved up. So even though I really haven't eaten almonds or baker's yeast or brewer's yeast or red wine because I don't drink, or nori, which is basically a type of seaweed, I believe, or cashews or parsnips or plums or corn oil, I have now sensitivities to these. These could have changed for a variety of reasons. Stress levels. So inside your body, you obviously experience chemical reactions when you are stressed. We all know that cortisol plays a huge role in stress levels and gaining or losing weight. So stress levels do play an extremely important role in more than just weight loss or weight gain. Stress levels can be related to business, relationships, changes in weather or climate, depression, seasonal factors. There's so many different factors that could cause changes in your stress levels. Things like weight loss, body composition, hormonal differences. From the first time I got tested to this time when I got tested, I've lost about 13% body fat, which, yes, is a lot, which is nearly half of the body fat that I had to begin with, and it's about 25 pounds. So I've gone from bodybuilding workouts to some weightlifting to some extremely seriously intense powerlifting, and just finished 2 powerlifting meets in the last 10 weeks. So the amount of stress that my body has undergone in the last year and a half is significant. So these factors all can come into play when talking about your food allergies. Environmental toxins definitely play a role. Being outdoors around high traffic areas, we have a school just down the street, so there's lots of cars driving by on a daily basis. We have our gym in our backyard and the doors are open, so if someone's smoking nearby or the cars are driving by, all those toxins can come into play and affect what you breathe in, right? So yeah, high traffic areas, smoking, both are very common around my house. Those are factors that come into play. Simple things like aging. Your immune system weakens as you age. So even though it's only been a year and a half, my immune system probably has dropped a little bit in a year and a half. So learning about these allergies and sensitivities can drastically change so much for you. From your work performance to your sleep levels to your strength inside the gym, just knowing what you're allergic or what you're sensitive to can play a huge role in everyday performance. It's something that I would absolutely recommend getting done if you're interested. For me personally, it's definitely interesting to see how my allergies and sensitivities have changed in the last year and a half, especially as my body has undergone a complete transformation as well. So if you know about my history, or if you've been on my website, CourtneyForLife.com, then you can read about my journey. You can read about how I've lost so much weight, what I've done. If you watch other YouTube videos, you can see my body composition results, my body composition testing as well. And it definitely makes sense that my food allergies or sensitivities have changed, so the chemical reactions inside my body have changed, as other factors in my life have changed as well. So if you're interested in being tested, definitely get it done if you have access to this in the area. I will include Longworth Holistics information below, or you can always email me, CourtneyU@live.ca, if you want that information. If you're interested in working with me for online coaching, you can visit my website, again, CourtneyForLife, all one word, .com. That's all I have to talk about today. Hope you guys have an awesome day, and we'll talk soon. Thank you for watching. Bye, guys.